Hello, everybody.
Hello there.
Welcome to the TomTom Interstellar Struggle radio station, KQTT3, the only Twilight Time radio station that goes to the stars and beyond.
Today is a special day because we're turning on the video.
That's right, Tom, and we have back with us again Nick McSlyton, this time talking instead about... What was it again, Tom?
Kingdom Hearts 4.
More like Kingdom Farts Snore.
Hey Tom, thanks for having me back. Today is about Kingdom Hearts 4, but more specifically, it's about the predictions for the worlds that are going to be involved.
Understood.
But Tom, you're sitting.
I never get tired of this guy. Okay, Nick, time to get serious.
Why so serious?
You have the floor.
Thanks, fellas. For those at home, I'm Nick, I'm a he, him, and today I'll be trying and likely failing to predict the worlds for Kingdom Hearts 4. I think the future worlds of Kingdom Hearts has one of two options: realism or old.
Let's dive to the heart of what you mean.
Yeah, realism?
Hang on, Tom, so let me establish my ground rules and how I got to these conclusions. First of all, I recently found out that Disney fully owns Kingdom Hearts. That's right, it's just being licensed out to Square. Which leads me to believe Nomura is going to take from older Disney movies, where the art teams don't exist anymore, or realistic ones where, like live action, where presumably, as long as he gets the minor details right, not a big deal, akin to Pirates of the Caribbean.
So, your thesis here is that Nomura is going to go for as much creative freedom as possible?
Correct, Tom. That is my starting point, and I think it's very apparent with the introduction of Yozora.
What's Dylan Sprouse got to do with this?
Well, as you may or may not know, Versus 13 was a passion project for Nomura. However, after 6 years in development, it got taken away from him and given to Hajime Tabata, eventually becoming Final Fantasy XV. Yozora, Japanese for Night Sky, is Nomura's version of Noctis, which ironically means night sky in Latin. And it seems the future of Kingdom Hearts is going down the path of Nomura getting to finally make Versus 13, albeit not in the way, he intended.
Okay, Nick, call me Jaws because I'll bite. What does this have to do with world predictions?
So I bring this up to talk about theme. In the past, Nomura has decided worlds based off how they work thematically and aesthetically. Kingdom Hearts 1 is about friendship, and the worlds reflect that. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories is about memories, duh. But the worlds reflect that too. Kingdom Hearts 2 is about identity, a video I may make later, but guess what? Those worlds reflect the theme of identity. So I think what we need to look at also is what theme could there be for Kingdom Hearts 4? With Nomura reclaiming his chance to make Versus 13, and spoiler alert, at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, Sora is lost in unreality, I think the theme will primarily focus on loss and the lengths people will go to retrieve something that they've lost.
Sounds simple and clean, Nick.
About as simple as clean as my dirty laundry, Tom.
I get it, fellas, so let me break it down. My predictions will be based on the theme of losing someone important and how people deal with it, and Nomura wanting less Disney guidelines, so he'll likely go with old stories or live action stories to avoid them. So let's officially get into it.
Right after this.
I think the first and most obvious world is going to be Quadratum. It's going to be like the hub world, like Traverse Town was in Kingdom Hearts 1, or Twilight Town was in Kingdom Hearts 2. And after that, I'm going to predict 9 Disney worlds. Because I want to. My first 2 choices I think are going to be controversial, or at least they used to be. So stick with me. I won't force it. World prediction 1, a Star Wars world. Nomura loves Star Wars. So assuming it can be licensed to Square, depending on Disney's agreement with EA, he'll use it if he can. Side note though, I don't see why there'd be a licensing issue since Star Wars showed up in Fortnite. But I don't know anything about licenses, so... Moving on. My second prediction is a Marvel world, likely based on the Avengers movie, or to fit our theme, Infinity War. All about loss. Now I think this would be possible as Square Enix also published 2020's Marvel's Avengers, you remember that game? And 2021's Guardians of the Galaxy using Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal respectively to develop those games, both of which Square is a parent company of. Though those games didn't do too well. So I feel Disney would be hesitant to include a Marvel World in a Kingdom Hearts game unless they wanted to kind of reinvigorate hype for the MCU. Honestly, I think it's 50-50. But I'll keep this prediction because I'm guessing back when Nomura picked out the list, this was a definite yes, especially on the side of Disney. Now, this is just to cover my back, but if not Marvel, then I think The Incredibles, because fits the superhero niche, fits the city aesthetic, and just as a side note, because Pixar doesn't want the game interpretations to conflict with the movie, they'd probably put it, I would guess, during the height of the supers, prior to the first movie. Prediction 3, Jungle Book. This one is really just it's about time, sort of situation. They've been trying to put this game in since Birth by Sleep, and, it's an old movie, no art team, though I'm not entirely sure it's popular enough, but maybe. Prediction 4, another 100-acre wood. You might be saying, nah, Nick, they're done with that. But are they? But are they, though? Because they need a calm world, and I think it makes a pretty strong case if they use Piglet's Big Movie as the premise. Bitch, Piglet's Big what? Shut up a minute. Shut up a minute. This is a movie where Piglet goes missing, so Pooh, Rabbit, and the rest go to find him using his memory scrapbook as clues to where he could be. Now, what the fuck does that sound like? Oh, a melody of memory? I'm not saying it's going to be in there, but I feel like this would be a big missed opportunity if they didn't put it in there. Prediction 5, Toy Story. Now, Kingdom Hearts is no stranger to, returning worlds, and Pixar seems to be the cool uncle of the Disney company that's letting Square just kind of do whatever they want with the IP, as long as it doesn't infringe on the movie's, plots, as I said before. Now, Toy Story 3 is about loss in a major way, so I would not be surprised if they find a way to do, a post and after Toy Story 3 before Toy Story 4 movie, where the toys, really miss Andy, or something like that. Additionally, Zora is introduced in Verum Rex, inside Toy Box in Kingdom Hearts 3, so it kind of makes sense that the Toy Story universe would exist, in reverse to them. The worlds are connected. So, prediction 6. So we've covered the aesthetics of space, city, jungle, woods, suburbs. But what about water? KH3 did something interesting with the water gameplay, particularly in the Caribbean compared to Atlantica and Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. I honestly think it was just so much better. So what water world could exist this time? Finding Nemo. Get ready for fish, Sora. No, I'm kidding. I think there's only 2 logical options. Moana, but I'd expect this to be a forced Disney thing. So it would probably end up just like Frozen did in Kingdom Hearts 3, unfortunately. Or the better option, Lilo and Stitch in Hawaii. Now, Stitch was a summon in Kingdom Hearts 2, then had a world in Birth by Sleep. And now he was a summon in Kingdom Hearts 3, so possible pattern, he could have a world in Kingdom Hearts 4, and it would still keep with the water aesthetic and remove a lot of the guideline problems. Plus, the story of Lilo and Stitch is Nani trying to do everything she can to not lose Lilo to CPS, so fits the theme. Prediction 7, we need some sort of orange world, like a desert, or let's go with Coco. Coco could work. It would fit that aesthetic. Plus, it'd be really cool to see Skeleton Sora. And while it is a newer one, if Pixar really is the cool uncle, I could still see it making it in, especially since the movie is all about loss, and they could just set the events after Coco or, sometime before. So for prediction 8, I don't think I've really included many worlds where Sora would change form, like Lion Sora or Halloween Sora. So I think that's where I'm gonna go with this one. Left field, Brother Bear. Bear Sora, first of all, would slap. And second of all, the story is all about loss. And third of all, it's older. So no art team and fewer guidelines. Now before the final prediction, a few runner-up ideas. Up, Onward, Christopher Robin, 101 Dalmatians, Dumbo, Soul, and 2007's Enchanted. And while they all fit the theme and they're all either old or realistic, they just didn't seem to be preferential. Maybe Up, maybe Onward. But Additionally, I know people are really going to want to see Atlantis, The Lost Empire, Cusco's Emperor's New Groove, and Treasure Planet. I really do as well, but I just have a hard time believing that they're going to do it. Honestly, kind of the same with Brother Bear. It's just in that weird Disney era where they hated their movies. But I did pick Brother Bear because at least there's a form change, so to speak. And my last prediction? Home on the range, cow Sora, cows. In all seriousness, I predict Ralph breaks the internet. This has a couple of reasons. One, story-wise, it's about Ralph dealing with the potential of losing his best friend. Two, Wreck-It Ralph shows up in Union Cross, and his summon showed up in Kingdom Hearts 3. So that does give him one giant square foot in the door. 3, I think this world may be how Nomura explains Sora showing up in Smash, and if the leaks are to be believed, also Fortnite. Because Ralph Breaks the Internet would allow Sora to access everything and anything online, and for some reason Nomura has to have every time his character show up be a canon thing. I don't know. Sure, why not? And those are my 9 predictions. Alternatively, it'll be all the live-action remakes and we'll all fucking hate it. Okay, goodbye!
Yeah, Nick, thank you so much for being on the show. We really appreciate having you on here.
Yeah, come back anytime.
All right, folks, Tom signing off, and Tom signing off.